Hello, this is Daryl at 10 Foot Truck Good Attitude Services. I just got back from a palletized freight load, and it went great. Traffic wasn't too bad. The weather's good. When I was coming out of when I dropped off the pallet of materials, as I'm leaving, I get a text. So I stopped in the parking lot, and I noticed it was a customer looking for a junk removal service. And I looked at it, and I just gave him a price. Because remember, I was talking about in my last video about I don't want to ask too many questions. I saw the pictures. I just want to be real quick just to get the job. And I gave them the best price that I could possibly give them, which probably low for most people, but it's only a small amount of items. It's just going to take up the front of my truck here. Easy stuff to not, just regular furniture, nothing hard to deal with. So I gave them, I said 125, which most people, they start out with one item. I think 125. Sometimes I go as low as $80 on a mattress or one item. But these, even though there's more than one item, I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go. Because I had been watching a video last night on pricing. It was a video with Junk Guys DFW in Texas. He was kind of talking about that, about sometimes, you just want to negotiate. Or you wanted to make, sometimes just give them a lower price that that they're not going to turn down, because he's basically saying that, in his opinion, that junk removal really comes down to the price point, and that's what the customers are looking for. So I decided I'd experiment with it and try it out and see. Because what happened is earlier this week, I got a call for a storage clean out, and it was really not that much stuff. It was just a few pieces of furniture and some boxes. I don't even know if it was a half truck, but I went ahead and just told them my half truck price. My full price for the full truck, I have 12 cubic yards, I think, in this. It's a little bit bigger than a cargo van, and since it's a box truck and it has a roll-up door, it makes it harder to put the full amount. So you have to sometimes you have to leave a little space where the door is, because the door does take up space on the height. So I don't know if it's a full 12 cubic yards, I believe so, but for $350, to me, that's probably, I'm just saying, I don't know, because I don't know other people's prices around here, but I'm guessing it's probably one of the lowest prices for a truckload. So I kept it at that. I was going to raise the prices, but after watching that video with Junk Guys DFW, and how he was talking about sometimes negotiating and sometimes just taking the job at a lower price just to get the work. It's worked out for him, I guess. So I just tried it out, and like I said, I gave this person probably the lowest price for that many items that in the area. So they booked the job, and on top of that, which is great, they said, well, if this works out, so I'm gonna go probably tomorrow. I have a job tomorrow for a repeat customer. I'm just going to go over there and do labor. I'm just moving firewood. I did it before for them, and I've moved appliances and stuff. So it's just using the dollies and moving stuff. I don't have to use the truck. But after that, I think I'm going to go do the junk removal job, and so that'll be 2 in a day. And so I'm filling up this week. Thank God for these palletized runs I'm doing for this company, because they're giving me on a regular basis. I'm getting at least once a week for that, and then I fill it in with the other jobs. So I have a labor job, I had a junk removal job earlier this week, and I tried to book that other one, but I probably should have just said on that job that I talked about in the storage, I probably should have just told him 150 instead of 175 as a half load, because I don't think it would have been a half load. Maybe it would have been, but I believe if I'd have given him that for 150, I think he would have probably booked the job. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of seeing where the price points and where people are going to, it's kind of, I'm experimenting with the prices and trying to keep them low, even though things are getting high as far as gas. I'm fortunate to live really close to the transfer station. It's really very close. So not only that, I'm really close to the donation center. So I can go to, it only takes me like 2 minutes to get to the transfer station, and there's not really any lines there. It's not a very popular transfer station, and there's no traffic going there. It's right behind here. And as far as the donation place, it's just up the street from the transfer station. It's just over the. So if I have stuff to donate and I have the transfer station, I can do it really quick. So there's not a lot of fuel involved in that, and the minimum charge there, I think it's $20-something, like at least $20, maybe $21. I can't remember if they increased the price. But these smaller jobs, like the one I'm doing tomorrow and the one I could have had for the storage, it was just going to be the minimum charge because it's not heavy stuff. And since I'm just right here and the job is really close, so there's not going to be any mileage on the truck, and there's not going to be mileage going to the transfer station. It's just going to be basically labor, because the driving is going to be really small amount of driving. So in those cases, I can keep the prices low because I'm not driving very far, I'm not wasting a lot of gas, and I'm doing a minimum charge, which say I'm paying $20 for the to offload. I mean, there's labor and time, but I'm offloading. Say it takes me 15 minutes to load and then drive over 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes to drive, and then like 5 minutes, 10 minutes unload. Say it's the full job is 45 minutes minus the 20, and I still get $100, or a little over 100, for under an hour. I mean, that's really good money in the way I think. But I do see other companies charging a lot more. Of course, they have more overhead than I do, and they may live further from the transfer station. So I'm going to use that to my advantage to keep the prices low. I don't know if that's going to work permanently, but for now I'm going to experiment with keeping the prices at $350 for a truckload, $175 for half load, and anything like one item I could go as low as $80 for like specific items like a chair or maybe a mattress that's not a king size, and if it's a bigger item, $80 for that one item. And so I want to make it simple. So 80 small item, or 80 for a regular one item, 125 for just a small load like here, furniture, 175 for half the truck, and 350 for the full, unless it's construction material or something that's going to be heavier on the weight. That is really bargain price. Believe me, even around here. But I'm fortunate, like to say, that be close to the transfer station, close to the donation station, and not having that overhead of having a big storage or something like that. So we'll see. I don't know if anyone out there thinks those prices are too low. Please, put it in the comments, or if you think that's a good idea. It's early on in the season, but my schedule is filling up as we speak. I'm getting phone calls and I'm texting back and forth with potential customers. And another thing is, the customer I talked to today, when I gave them that price, right away they wanted to book the job. And then after that, they said, if it works out, I'm going to have additional jobs, 2 or 3 more jobs coming up in the future for you. So that works into more jobs in the future. So maybe what's his name for DFW junk guys? I can't remember his name. If anyone knows his name, I watch his videos and sometimes I forget his name. But he was talking about negotiating. Sometimes going for, bringing the price down just to get the work. Get the work when you can get the work. And that's what he kept saying, get the work when you can get it. And sometimes you have to give them that price point. You don't want to go so low that you're not going to make any money. But, when you're making, like I was saying, if the job takes 45 minutes of labor, not a lot of driving, not a lot of gas, and you're getting $100 for just that small load. Sorry about the noise. They're doing ton of road work right now. I mean, they're doing road work here. They're doing everywhere I go now. They're doing road work, which is good because the roads have been getting trashed in the winter. Now they're fixing them. But anyway, so I'm going to try that out for a bit. And if anyone has any ideas, I mean, I'm throwing the prices out there for you to hear, so you can think about it. Like I said, my truck's. I may actually go look and calculate it. It's fairly I think it's around 12 cubic yards. It may be more, but it's the door, since the roll-up door, I'll show you. You see this roll-up door here, and the way it slopes down when I'm loading, it causes, this whole area there, you lose the height on here. So that's why I'm saying it's 12 cubic yards. That's what I'm estimating. I'm going to do a little more measurements on that. Let's see. Because I know most companies are charging per cubic yard, and I'll have to do the math on that. and see who's, what, because I don't really know any other junk removal companies in my area and what they're charging. I'm just kind of watching videos from other areas and then seeing, what their prices are. Most people don't like to talk about their prices. That's fine, but I'm just laying it out there. That's what I'm charging right now as we move forward into the summer, and see if that works. It's just to see, because I can always change the prices later. But I'm going to see how these work for now. I know it's been like that for a while. I think last summer I was also charging pretty much the same when it comes to junk removal. Now, I don't do a lot of junk removal. It seems to me mostly what I'm doing is these pallet runs, which I charge by the mile. And then I'm doing moving and pickup and delivery, and those I'm charging per hour. And I've changed the prices on that. I was charging $80 an hour for the first hour, and then $50 an hour for the additional hours on moving. I may be keeping it at $80 an hour flat, or trying to do a flat fee or a flat charge, but I think $80 an hour is fair with the truck, with the equipment, and all the stuff that needs to go along with moving and the experience. So let me know in the comments if you think those prices are good, or if they're not. I always like to have, critical, if someone wants to criticize that and say it's wrong and it's not, those prices are terrible, that's fine, because it's always good to learn, and I want to hear other people's opinions about pricing, because right now it's the beginning of the season and I'm going into the season where things are going to start getting busy. I can already see that on my schedule. I also went out and got a scheduling book and I'm going to write everything down. I've been putting stuff on my phone and my calendars on the phone and computer. I really want to just start writing things down more and doing more things the old school way, to also just kind of look at things. I like flipping through calendars and kind of trying to see what my prices or what my progress is as I move along, if there's any progress. So anyway, that's about it. I just enjoying the weather out here. It's nice. I got 2 jobs tomorrow probably, and then the weekend, that means probably more jobs, hopefully. It was slow before, and now things are starting to, like I said, the spring is starting to I'm starting to see more people interested in doing in junk removal services right now, moving and pickup delivery, because of the weather is better. And that's the way it works around here. You want to get your customers, you want to get your work in the spring, in the summer, and in the fall. Because around here, the winters are really tough because of the cold and snow. This winter wasn't as bad, so I got quite a bit of work in January and in February, which normally I don't. So I was happy about that, and I was happy about getting those palletized freight loads from that company on a regular basis since the winter. So that's helped me a lot. So I appreciate those guys. Oh, another thing, I had to invoice them every time I do work for them. I send them an invoice, and I use this program I found, like an app. And make sure you check when you're doing these invoices. Make sure you check because I have a bunch of invoices that I invoice them on this program, and I didn't check the date, and because a lot of the runs are the same, some are a little bit different, and I charge per run. And I just happened to be doing one of the similar runs, and I accidentally sent them an old invoice from the same run, but the same price and all that, but I sent them with a different date, and it was one that I already sent them. So now I have to go back and put the new one in there. So I have to make sure you pay attention to the dates and on it. I haven't really learned how to use that app that well yet, and how to organize all the invoices, because I've been doing it for, November, December, January, February, 6 months on doing those runs. And I've been invoicing them because those type of companies. And another thing too, I got a call that I have to go do an estimate, and this is completely outside of, they call me and they ask if I could do this kind of work, because they said, I know you're in hauling and moving, but would you be interested in doing cleaning, which I have done in the past before as a professional cleaner and janitor. So I'm going to look at it, but what they wanted me to do is clean up these parking lots on a regular basis, like taking out the trash. And I don't know, I asked them if I needed a sweeper truck, because I used to work for a sweeper truck company where we would sweep the parking lots and use one of those basically leaf blowers, and then you just sweep, you put everything in piles, and then you just drive the sweeper truck around. So they said, I don't think so. So I'm going to go look at it to see if we need a sweeper truck, because I don't have a sweeper truck. Those are too expensive. But as far as like emptying trash and, you know, maybe picking up trash around the parking lot and then emptying the cans, that's not too bad of a gig, and I'll have to give an estimate, and I got to see if it's something I can do. So that's another call, another thing I have to do tomorrow is do that estimate. So it's getting busy. I hope it's getting busy out there for you guys. I think it probably is, because it's a good time of year. So anyway, this is Daryl at 10 Foot Truck Good Attitude Services signing out. Have a great day and a great weekend. I think what's today? Oh, today's Wednesday, so great week coming up on the weekend. All right, talk to you later. Bye.